Hi, my name's Sydney, and today I'm going to be diving into some what are they called? The Disney original channel, what are they called?
Disney Channel original movie.
Today I'm going to be diving into 2 Disney Channel original movies. Okay, I'm just gonna get this first one out of the way.
Something's fishy at the Cotton Hills Megaplex. Is it Pete? Is it Karen? Is it a living person?
Phantom of the Megaplex was very nostalgic to me as a child. It made me want to work in a movie theater. I thought it was so magical because I myself am such a huge fan of movies and the magic that they bring, especially like little Mickey Rooney's character in that film is so awesome because that is my spirit in its essential form, is old man Mickey Rooney.
I'm simply hoping to maximize the pleasure of your movie-going experience.
But the magic of film is so beautiful. So this movie, in a way, captures that. That's maybe the only positive thing I have to say about that movie. In general, the biggest distinction between child Sydney and grown-up Sydney watching that film is I have work experience now. And this could very much just be only me who has felt this way watching this movie, but it was incredibly stressful and stress-inducing watching this film. If you've ever worked in customer service, then perhaps you felt the same. Everything going wrong in this main character's work environment was so triggering for me. I worked at In-N-Out when I was younger, where it's like a high, fast-paced environment.
Customers suck.
It used to give me nightmares, and I'm not gonna lie, this movie did trigger some of those old nightmares for me of just being in a stressful work environment, which is so pathetic, that this movie gave me nightmares. Yeah, honestly, I guess in a way that maybe movies like The Shining have this slow, consistent tension-building horror, this movie had a consistent stress building for me in a very real way, which I don't think was intended. At the end of the day, this movie is basically a live-action episode of Scooby-Doo, where there's a supernatural element at hand that's trying to be captured by a group of kids, and at the end of the day, it turns out to be a disgruntled employee under the mask who has a moment of like,
If it wasn't for you meddling kids.
kind of idea. Also, yeah, it's starring the Jack Frost bully, who has a nice, friendly face.
Kidding? By the time I'm 18, I'll probably be running this place.
The kid actors were great. The acting overall was great. Again, can't get over Mickey Rooney enough. But plot-wise, this movie just didn't do anything for me. I loved this movie as a kid too, so that actually really surprised me. It was boring. It kind of just dragged on. And I think this movie will just stay in my nostalgia. And I hope kids maybe watch it, because I think it really just felt like a movie for kids, which I guess these technically are, so that makes sense. Yeah, I don't really plan on watching that movie again. The second movie is Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. I love this movie. This movie was so great.
The Hanson kids are dying to get their mom out on a date. When they find out,
Dimitri's a vampire. Good point.
they'll be dying to get her out of it.
I also haven't seen this film since I was probably about, 10 years old, and this has always stood out as my favorite Disney Channel original movie Halloween genre film. I think the acting is solid. It's got a few names in there. The Sabrina Teenage Witch Aunt is in there. Oh, is it David Carradine or is it the other Carradine? Let me see. Lizzie McGuire, dad, pre-Lizzie McGuire though. Robert Carradine, Kill Bill's brother. I love that this movie feels like it was made by people who love vampire movies. There's lots of references throughout the movies. The main character, Adam, is such a huge fan of vampire films and horror that his room is filled with posters that if you know what those movies are, it's like, oh yeah, sick. Like, it's great, it's real. Later in the film, they go by a movie theater and the marquee is for The Lost Boys. Then there's like the spattering of quotes throughout the movie from the vampire. He says like, I don't drink wine. And then the whole Children of the Night, what music they make thing. So lots of Bela Lugosi reference. And then Robert Carradine's character is Malachi Van Helsing. So again, just the reference points are very clear, maybe too obvious, but as someone who loves horror and particularly vampire genre, other than like Twilight stuff, this movie was very satisfying and just like tickled that that part of me. It just felt like, again, it was made by people who have genuine love for the genre, is what it felt like. The pace of the movie felt very consistent. It moved along. It didn't drag out like sometimes these kids movies feel like they can do. Is it cheesy at some parts? For sure.
I have the power.
Yeah, right.
But this is a movie I feel like I would come back to again, maybe to show my kids someday, or just to put on as like a daytime cheesy Halloween movie. And really, at the end of this movie, the moral of the story is kids should not be talking to strangers on the internet. Really, that's what the movie's telling us, I feel like. I know there are a ton of different Halloween Disney Channel original movies. Of course, there's Halloween Town. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of other Halloween movies. These are two that really stuck out for me specifically from my childhood. The other one that I can't find anywhere was called Suzy Q. It's not on Disney Plus, the streaming app. So if anyone knows how to get access to that, let me know. If you know, you know. That's it. So let me know if there's anything I should be watching right now during this Halloween season, or if there's any redemptive points about Phantom of the Megaplex that I'm just totally overlooking because of PTSD. Let me know. If you liked watching this video, you can subscribe or watch another video if you want, or like this video, or something. Do whatever you want. Thank you.